Alright, for those of you who haven't seen the WandaVision finale and are planning to do so, stop this video right now because there will be spoilers. Alright, I hope that's a good enough spoiler alert for you all. Because here we go, WandaVision finale. I'm just going to be talking about the finale in this video and the possible implications on the MCU. Alright, let's get into it. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone had a great week. Alright, finale was pretty good in my opinion. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the series overall. I thought Marvel Studios did a pretty good job. Considering the fact this is the first time they've done a series like this. I thought they did a great job at balancing different aspects throughout the series. I do know a lot of people will be disappointed, especially with the finale. There's so many theories out there, a lot of good ones too. A lot of them just didn't happen. You know, Mephisto, Magneto, even Wolverine. None of those guys made any cameos or whatnot. So, but you know, overall, I thought the finale was great. Emotional, had some good action sequences here and there, but I enjoyed it. But yeah, let's talk about the finale. I made a prediction after the end of episode 8, and most of them didn't really come to fruition. The only one that actually came true, and I think most people predicted this after the post-credit scene in episode 8, was it was going to be White Vision versus Wanda's Vision, really. And it's funny because Paul Bettany earlier in the season was basically hinting at a Luke Skywalker Mandalorian type cameo. But in reality, he was just referring to it was just going to be Paul Bettany versus Paul Bettany. Vision versus Vision. Great troll job by Paul Bettany, but you know, it was a good battle. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Vision versus Vision battle there. Neither killed each other actually. How the battle ended up ending was Wanda's Vision basically gave the White Vision his memories, and White Vision was like, "Oh, I'm the real Vision now," because he was programmed by Wayward to kill Wanda's Vision, the real Vision, but Wanda's Vision was like, "I'm not actually real. I'm not real. I'm not." You know, so it's like White Vision's like, "Oh, now I'm the real Vision," and just flies away. So we'll probably see more White Vision later on. So that story is yet to be finished. But let's get into, I think, the main character of this finale, Scarlet Witch, Wanda, in a fierce battle with Agatha. Now, what I predicted was it was going to be, they would be battling each other at the beginning of the finale, but they would actually team up and actually fight White Vision. That didn't happen. It's interesting because in the comics, Agatha isn't really a big villain. In fact, she's kind of a mentor to the Scarlet Witch, so I kind of find it interesting that the MCU is actually treating Agatha as a villain here. So, quite interesting, but at the end of the basically near the end of the finale, Scarlet Witch really almost reaches her potential and defeats Agatha in a pretty good, I guess, end scene with her and Agatha. The visuals were amazing. So she actually traps Agatha in the town. But Wanda realizes, well, what she's doing with the people in the town isn't right. So she frees everyone, but at the same time, now she's letting go of her reality. So she has to say a tearful goodbye to her boys and Vision. One more thing that happened was Monica and Pietro at the end of, in the post-credit scene in episode 7, Monica finds Agatha's basement, but Pietro comes from behind. So Pietro at the beginning of the finale has Agatha in his home basically, because Pietro is actually just a random dude in town that's being manipulated by Agatha. He's not from the X-Men universe. He's just a random dude. it's just an Easter egg from MCU like that's just an, I guess at the end of the day, that's just an Easter egg. That's just going to hint at the future of what's to come in the MCU. You know a multiverse coming. That's just kind of a tease. Really, that's just a tease. So yeah, Monica escapes. She actually ends up having to save some of the kids because Wayward comes in trying to I guess get Wanda, but Wanda's busy fighting Agatha. So basically, Wanda's like, kids, deal with the army men and Wayward, and Wayward is shooting at the kids, and like Monica comes in and basically saves the kids. So that was interesting. So yeah, Wanda leaves town, says bye to Monica, basically thanking her. And then the post-credit scenes. This is where it gets interesting. So the mid-credit scenes. First one is Monica. She's called by an officer to meet her in this theater for kind of a debriefing. The officer is actually a Skrull who was sent by a man who knew Monica's mom. And basically telling Monica that the man needs you. And Monica's like, okay, where are we going? And Skrull's like, up. And your first instinct is like, 100% she's referring to Nick Fury, who we last saw was in Spider-Man Far From Home, in Spider-Man's post-credit scene where Nick Fury is actually in a spaceship in space. So I'm assuming that's what that post-credit scene is referring to, and leading into Captain Marvel 2, which is releasing next year. So, alright, so that's the mid-credit scene, kind of self-explanatory, honestly. It's a post-credit scene that's really interesting. So it basically cuts to basically a place, so it's like a mountains, trees, a cabin, and we see Scarlet Witch, Wanda, just at the porch, holding basically a cup, getting some tea. Though that Wanda is actually just a projection. Scarlet Witch is actually in a room, projecting Wanda in front of the cabin. And so Scarlet Witch is actually reading the Book of the Damned. And if you guys remember in episode, I don't remember the episode, 7? I believe 7, we first see the Book of the Damned. It was a book with all that orange magic. We again see it in the finale. All I'll say about it is it's probably the most powerful magic book in Marvel. And it really ties in with Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. That's all I'll say about that, because who knows what they're going to do with it. But I think the main key in the post-credit scene is what happened at the very end, where Scarlet Witch basically hears her kids, even though her kids don't actually exist in the universe, but she hears her kids calling for help. So your first thought is like, is it from another universe? Is this leading into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? That's what I'm assuming here. I'm assuming that post-credit scene with the book, with the call of her kids asking for help, I'm assuming it's leading to Doctor Strange. That's what I'm assuming. So I'm excited for that. I'm truly excited for Doctor Strange now. And one thing as well, Kevin Feige did say Spider-Man No Way Home. Now we have a name, No Way Home, is also somehow connected to WandaVision. I don't know how. I'm assuming that it's mainly connected with Doctor Strange though. And I guess you can say it's kind of connected to WandaVision. We'll see though, because Spider-Man does release before Doctor Strange, so a lot to look forward to. And speaking about a lot to look forward to, Falcon and the Winter Soldier premieres in 2 weeks, so there's more MCU coming. Alright, that's my video. It's a long one. We're approaching 10 minutes with this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay healthy, stay safe. I'll try to get my next video up in a week or two. In the meantime, remain cool. Cool Rahul signing off.